time for Blumpkin and Friends, starring your host, the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin.
Hey kids, I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin, and with me today is my new friend, Dr. Murr, beatboxer extraordinaire. And I've been waiting many weeks to get him in here. He is a pal of genre Treason, who I had back in episode 16, I believe. And I brought him in to do an interview and talk about beatboxing and such. So, kicking off, what got you into beatboxing?
YouTube.
Just seeing other people?
Yeah, same thing with guitar. I write fingerstyle guitar. I've been a drummer since I was like 10, so 16 years I've been into music, and I became a YouTube junkie back when YouTube was good and had zero commercials, and you could just sit there and fucking watch it as much as you want
and
for
just
hours.
Binge that shit.
And I saw a dude doing the crab scratch. That's the, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm clearly going to be doing that. I don't even care if I can beatbox. I'm just going to scratch for sure. And then, I just banged at it for a month, and after I was finally able to scratch, I'm like, well, I might as well put a beat behind it, and it just fucking exploded. So just
loved it. All over musically inclined.
Yeah, I love music, man. Guitar, drums.
Your folks playing instruments or doing any music stuff? Or
my dad. My dad is also very musically inclined, yeah. He was always playing the acoustic when we were kids, and every time he worked out, it was always music, and Beastie Boys, Led Zeppelin.
Nice.
He had good taste.
My dad and mom did not have good taste. She had a weird, eclectic bunch of cassettes in her Chrysler minivan in the 80s. And it was like Tiffany and Elvis and the Beach Boys and fucking Neil Diamond.
Yeah, my mom was a country head, so she liked, the old Tim McGraw and Billy Ray Cyrus, so...
Well, looking back, she did have a cassette of the Dirty Dancing soundtrack, which is fucking awesome.
Oh, shit.
I don't know how you feel about Dirty Dancing.
I've never actually seen it.
Oh, my God, it's incredible.
I could just tell by the title it must be good.
It's so fucking good. So, how many years would you say you've been at it now?
I think 5 now. 4 or 5.
Doing it like shows and competition-wise, or just 5 total?
Well, I damn near started doing shows almost right after. But probably shows for sure 4. I think I've been beatboxing about 5.
And who were your influences?
In regards to beatboxing or just music in general?
Beatboxing.
Beatboxing. The reason I started is because a Japanese cat named Daichi. He's the one who was doing that crab scratch I found.
Yeah.
But then when I started looking into beatboxing, I found like Swiss Beatbox and Beatbox Television later on. Reaps one. He's a dude from the UK. He does hour-and-a-half long electronic sets with huge artists at in just huge festivals, and he's definitely where I got most of my influence from because he's bassy and heavy and just thrashy, and I fucking love that. I love bass.
See, now I watched a handful of your videos, anything I could find on YouTube,
and those are all shit. They are, man. They're bad.
My favorite was you versus Erratic at the 2014 Midwest Beatbox Battle quarterfinals.
And see, that was fun, but again, man, it's weird because when I'm doing just a live show, I love it. I feed off energy, and I'm just playing around and having fun. That was my first battle, and in battle, I was just so fucking nervous. Like, those battles were just so bad. Because people say, like, hey, man, I looked you up on YouTube, and I feel shitty because that's just not what I could do so much better than that now,
Even with all the episodes of practice I have at podcasting, I'm still way funnier in real life.
Yeah, right? You know what I mean? Yeah.
Lunchbox will attest to that. Who do you think is the better beatboxer, Biz Markie or Rozelle?
Rozelle, I would say. Biz Markie and Rozelle, they're both kind of OGs in beatboxing, but Rozelle definitely is more structurally sound, and he does tunes, and he's just a big, boisterous dude. He's really fun to listen to.
Have you ever watched Yo Gabba Gabba?
No, I have not.
It is a children's show with people in big puppet suits, and it's basically like a fucking acid trip.
That sounds creepy.
Biz Markie is on that show sometimes doing
no shit.
Biz's Beat of the Day.
Nice.
So, my oldest upstairs, who on the show we call the Juice, because that's her nickname. Buddy, shut the fuck up! God damn it. He must have made some poops. So, Juice got started on Yo Gabba Gabba like 2.5 years ago, and she saw him, and then she just starts trying to mimic him because he's trying to teach kids how to beatbox.
That's awesome.
That's why the second you came in the door, she tried to hit you up. She's like, are you going to teach me how to beatbox?
Yeah, there's a couple, in regards to that, too, there's a couple of dudes like Verbal Ace out of New York. He's big on doing cartoon beatbox, SpongeBob beatbox. I think he's got like a puppet show that he does.
Yeah.
He's really great with kids. And then there's a dude, Richard Kraut, they call him Deckham, the Human Booming System, out of, sorry, brother, I think it's Virginia. Or West Virginia, I believe. No,
Well,
South
the name
Carolina.
drop is what's important.
South
not
Carolina, I
his
think.
locale.
Yeah, fair enough. But Deckham, he does a lot of like beatbox to beat bullying. So he goes to elementary schools, teaches kids, plays videos on the history of beatbox that he's made. Dude DJs weddings. He's cool, man. He does a lot of real cool stuff with the kids.
That leads into my next question. How badass would it be if schools taught beatboxing along with regular music class?
You know, man, it's getting there. I think there's a college in the UK that has a vocal percussion sort of degree now almost. It's getting there. It's blowing up quite a bit, you know.
Because whenever she used to see Biz on Yo Gabba Gabba, she'd get really into it. And then we'd go places like The Doctor or when she had preschool. And she'd tell her teacher, she's like, do you want to hear me beatbox? I can beatbox.
Yeah, that's great, man. And one of the things I'd really like to do, too, is use it to help kids with speech impediments, you know, lisps, things like that. Dude, kids going through vocal therapy, you know, for like having different types of surgeries and things. It'd be really fun to help them build some confidence and give them a skill, you know. Or disabled kids in general, kids that can't pick up a guitar and play, but they can speak fine.
Right.
You know, I want to be able to help people the best I can.
Nice.
Because you can take it everywhere, you know. You can beatbox any fucking place you please.
You can, especially in the shower.
Yeah.
Which I gotta imagine you clock hundreds of hours washing yourself while kicking a beat.
Yeah, showers and shitting. That's a lot of the beatbox life right there.
She, ironically, that you said that she was a late speaker, and then she had a lateral lisp, so like she holds her S's long, and it always sounds like she's got this soupy mouthful of spit. So I'm always telling her, swallow your spit, and then they send her to speech class like 2 or 3 times a week, and then they bribe them with candy.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, okay, try this. Here's an M&M.
Like a fucking puppy.
Yes. Did you do it? Here you go. Here's some Skittles.
That's great, though, because when you get into like a lot of sharp beatboxers, like a Lemon, Skiller, it's so much articulation, you know what I mean? And that's one of the reasons I want to try to use it to help people with speech impediments. Not so much that they, you know, fuck you, you shouldn't talk like that, but, you know, just to give kids some confidence in what they do, you know?
I mean, I always knew of beatboxing. I was into hip-hop a lot when I was younger, too. And, I mean, I guess it didn't resonate with me as much as, obviously, as it did with you. But I think back to, like, the early beatboxing almost feels nothing like what it is now. Because people are way, way more technical and then doing almost like dubstep spits when they're on the mic. And you just think of, like, the Fat Boys and shit doing their old, early 80s beatboxing.
Yeah, well, basically, if you didn't have a stereo and you wanted to spit a rhyme, someone just, you know, just real simple, just making a beat so you can rap over it. And now, it's not just supplemental to hip-hop, it's become its own instrument. So now it's not just you vibing hip-hop, it's you having an instrument and you can play whatever the fuck kind of music you want. Kids do jazz, swing, dubstep, funk, drum and bass. You know, you just do whatever the hell you want with it. It's beautiful.
Beats the hell out of being relegated to a hype man.
Yes. Yeah.
Rather than just being in the background, you are the whole show.
Yep.
So now, do you have aspirations to keep going into competitions, or are you just focusing on doing your own stuff?
It's tough, man. Battles I think they're cool and they're really important, and a lot of kids grow real fucking fast doing them. It's just not my thing, I don't think. You know what I mean? I just like music and entertaining people. I love hosting shows because I can bullshit and do comedy and just have a good time. You know, so they're really important. A lot of dudes dog on them like, oh, fucking battles. It's just kids trying to beat each other. I'm old and grumbly. But they're really important, you know. It's important for kids to be able to challenge themselves and have an outlet that they can just push and drive and fucking grind to get better. So they're definitely important. It's just not my thing, you know. I suck.
Nobody did that shit because I went to Catholic school. Nobody was beatboxing at Catholic school.
No, probably not.
I mean, it wasn't so strict that, you know, it was like the movie Footloose where there was no dancing allowed in the school. There's schools like that where you cannot dance anywhere on campus.
I would imagine.
The fucking rules. Because we used to have dudes sneak little boom boxes in, the little, like, C-cell ones that are, like, yay big, the size of a 40, and they'd keep them in their backpacks. They'd bust them out in between classes and be fucking breakdancing in the hallway or trying to with what little room that they had.
Breakdancing's dope. I wish I could do that.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Yeah, I got 30 pounds of gut on the front of my belly, so I can't really...
Well, yeah, but you know what your center of gravity is.
Yeah,
now.
fair enough.
So once you learn to master that, it's just like a gymnast.
That's the truth.
So what you need to do, maybe you should get like a pommel horse in the backyard at home and focus on doing like gymnastic stuff.
Upper arm strength.
Yeah, and then go from there.
There's a dude from France, a breakdancer. His name's Junior.
Yeah.
I think he's got a disability. He's got some sort of like a palsy or a spina bifida. So he walks with a really heavy limp. But he's my favorite. He's the best breakdancer in the world, man. His upper body strength is just fucking incredible.
I was thinking, hey, give me a second here. I'm having a brain fart. That's good. I get free segues now. So when I was looking at your videos, I looked at some other stuff. And my favorites that I found on YouTube, Tom Thumb did a TEDx speech in 2013. And I clicked on this video because it said beatboxing in the title, and then there's this dude doing a fucking TED Talk. I'm like, what is going on here? Usually TED Talks are dry, and it's like all these hyper professionals that are trying to give inspirational speeches to inspire each other to be better in their cubicles. And I've seen like Sarah Silverman do comedy ones that were a little offbeat, and then this dude just starts busting out crazy fucking sounds.
I feel like TED Talk is like a cult.
Kind of.
It's like very cultish. But no, Tom Thumb is sick, man. He's an Australian cat. He's an innovator too. He did a song with a full orchestra where he beatboxes, he raps at them with the end. It's, what's it called? Ratchet Face, maybe? That's really incredible.
People better be Googling this shit.
Yeah, Tom Thumb. It's something Ratchet or Ratchet Face or something like that, but it's fucking sick.
Those TED Talks, you just see this whole room of people in like business suits, and they're like, "Oh,
there is some cool ones.
Life advice."
There is some cool ones. I like the more obscure ones, like when they have like Tom Thumb, or they have what's that dude's name? I always forget. It's frustrating. Like he's a really goofy dude. He does some beatboxing and looping, and he raps and stuff. He's got the crazy hair.
Oh yeah.
Well, you'd know beatboxers better than I would.
I forget his name. Or there's one where they have that pickpocket guy, Apollo Robbins, I think his name is.
And he's giving people tips on how to be a better thief, or what are we talking?
Oh yeah, he's just so good. He can take your watch off without you even noticing. It's crazy.
Well, it's a good thing I don't wear a watch.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, the dad versus daughter beatbox battle.
Oh God,
do you not like that one? Yeah. Watching the dad spit and then watching the girl spit, and I'm like, she is fucking murdering her.
Here's the thing: it's one of those videos where it's like it's cool. It's definitely cool. It's fun. It's really cool they got that relationship. But when you are into something and you are on Facebook, if anything pops up, you get tagged in it fucking relentlessly. So like it's fucking everywhere. She's on Ellen. She's on fucking talk shows and competitions and commercials and shit. And I mean, she's good, but there's so many fucking people that are just crazy incredible that don't get opportunities like that because they don't have a viral video, you know?
Yeah, she had the luck of going viral, and suddenly everybody wanted to see her and talk to her and give her
and then as a
more
beatboxer,
attention.
that's what everybody compares you to. So it's just like, oh God, of course it's good, of course. I hate to be bitter, but it's just like, dude, there's a lot more.
Kent FX.
Kent FX?
Kent FX.
I've actually never even heard of Kent FX.
Well, as I was cycling through all this random shit, and God, I'm trying to remember if this is the dude that was out on the street. He was out on the street, and he just had like a mic and a fucking speaker.
Yep, buskers.
And just all kinds of crazy shit coming out of him because he's a street performer, too. So he was one of the names. You should check him out then, obviously.
Kent FX, yeah, I've never heard of him.
Yeah, definitely do that. The other one, of all the people that I was impressed with, Kayla Malady.
Yep, she's the current female world champion.
She is fucking awesome.
Yeah, she's pretty cool, man.
And she's also easy on the eyes.
She's not too bad.
That helps.
Yeah, she is part of a crew called the Beatbox House out of New York. It's a crew of beatboxers that live together, perform together. All of them are just fucking, they're just such a cool crew. Really cool people. If you're into beatboxing or even just music in general, they just do such cool, innovative shit. The Beatbox House, really cool stuff.
So around these parts, how many beatbox collectives do you know of, or other circles do you roll in, or is it just you stick with Genre Treason and the Unappreciated?
Yep, Unappreciated is me, Genre Treason, and Ruckus, who's a poet, rapper. There isn't really any beatbox crews in Minnesota I know of. There's definitely a few beatboxers. There's Kieran Moore. I forget some other names. Bloomer used to live here, Bjorn. Hunstead. Fucking my favorite beatboxer personally is Bjorn. The kid is just so fucking groovy. It's crazy. He recently just moved to New York though, so he doesn't count. Carnage the Executioner too. He's a looper. He's a hip hop guy and super awesome dude. Carnage is fucking crazy too. Really great live show. I've been trying to get in the works and doing something with him, so hopefully he's listening.
Probably not.
Probably not.
I get a handful of listeners. That's why I bring in people like you for cross-promotion, because it exposes me to new audiences who might otherwise not hear about me.
Well, I'm going to share the shit out of this dude.
Well, plus I also can't advertise who I am because of work. I don't know if I told you the situation. Lunchbox didn't tell you. I work in a jail. We can never say what jail or who my employer is, which is why I also don't use my real name, because the government, when you work for them, they own you.
Fair enough.
So they might not like all my dirty jokes and potty-mouthed stuff. And
that's fair.
When you work for the government, and I'm guessing you don't, and be glad that you don't.
Well, I almost do. I work for the University of Minnesota as a custodian, so it's basically a government job because they pay us. So
well, yeah. So here's how it is. If you work for the government, no matter what you do, they will toss you out in your ass if they see fit, no matter whether you're right, wrong, or indifferent. Mm-hmm. The standard is, will this or will this not get us sued?
Pretty much.
So I, working in a jail, could easily have an audience probably of dozens to probably 100 or more former inmates. I could easily just advertise there. Thing is, it would become a distraction at work, and I'd probably get my ass chewed, even though I'm doing nothing wrong.
Yes.
And not linking myself to them. So one of the ideas I've had is I'm probably going to go to the state fair tomorrow and hand out business cards. Boom. I had business cards made.
Nice.
So I pinned one up at the 5-8 in Champlin. So I'm looking at any other place that has like an open cork board where I could just slip in and boop.
Coffee shops.
But here's the funny thing about that is it says the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin on it, right? It doesn't say what the show's about.
It just says that.
It says the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin. It's got the Blumpkin&Friends green logo. It's got my YouTube, my Facebook, and my Twitter account info. And it just under my name, it just says podcast host. So I'm thinking, fuck, if people see this, are they going to think I'm like an actual reverend and this is like a religious show?
I bet they will.
I would hate that, but at the same time love that if like some old blue hair lady that every Sunday is in the pew and she's like at the store with her daughter getting groceries.
Looking for something fresh to listen
to. And then
to.
they see this while they're looking at the puppies for sale and the stolen bike and I need a housekeeper and shit like that you see. And they go to check it out and then they see this and that poor old woman is not going to be ready for it.
Roadhouse.
Because I got to wonder, how many people in general truly know what a Blumpkin is anyway?
Probably not many.
Which, if you don't, and for Christ's sakes, we are 22 episodes in, you should know what a Blumpkin is by now, is when you get a blowjob on the toilet.
I'm sure that it has been Googled a lot now.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, well, I was at Taco Bell one night, and these two chicks walked in, and they were sunburnt all to hell. And I just went on a limb, I'm like, were you two at Warped Tour today? They're like, yeah, we were. I'm like, holy shit, okay, here we go. Here comes the sales pitch. So I'm fucking gabbing with them, and I tell her, the name of the show. She's like, what's Blumpkin? What's a Blumpkin? And I told her already that I had my daughter on the show. Mm-hmm. I'm like, well, it's when you get a blowjob on the toilet when you're taking a shit. She's like, you talk to your 5-year-old about that? I'm like, no, I don't talk about Blumpkins with my 5-year-old. I used the name Blumpkin, and I had my 5-year-old on. Yes, I'm going to talk to my 5-year-old who's going into kindergarten about, the proper techniques and hygiene involved with oral sex during somebody going poop.
Sweetie, listen up. It's about to get serious.
Yep. I mean, I know you wanted to have some animal crackers and work on your ABCs and your penmanship, but we gotta think long game here into the future. And what kind of girlfriend do you want to be? Do you want to be the one and done girlfriend, or do you want to be the keeper that's down to go and give somebody a little bit of dome and a bathroom and a Phillips 66 gas station somewhere?
Make sure you got Lysol wipes.
I pray to God it never comes to that, because my heart will break into a million tiny pieces.
That's the shitty thing about having a daughter is you just already want to kill. Even little 5-year-old boy starts talking and you're like, you motherfucker.
Yeah, there's this kid that lives behind the playground. And we go and hang with him. And like the first 2 times they hang out, she's like, oh, he's my boyfriend. And I just instantly something in me went, no. Like, did you see that Planet of the Apes remake they made a few years back?
No.
Okay, so there's a point in the movie where Caesar, who's the main monkey, he's like a pet chimp. He talks. The whole movie, he's kind of getting more and more cognizant of how his abilities are just like his human handlers. And then something's going on at the end, and some of the monkeys are about to get injured, and he just goes, "No!"
Oh, shit.
And everybody freezes like, did that fucking monkey just talk? Are you fucking serious? So that's like what was going on in my head, as I just had this big thunderous no in my head when she tells me he's her boyfriend. And like all the time they'll go there, and kids don't play well together. They always have competing interests.
Oh,
so
yeah.
if there's a game like, we're going to play this, you be so-and-so, I'll be the other character. Well, no, I want to be the other character. And that's what it comes down to. So every time they do that shit, I turn to his mom and I'm like, oh, see, honeymoon's over already. It was not made to last.
Welcome to the real world, dear.
Now, in how many competitions have you done?
Just that one.
Just the one.
Yeah.
Okay, so also thinking in terms of shows. Have you ever been given back a mic and it just stunk? Like somebody's funky-ass breath?
If you go to a beatboxing event, there's a 99% chance you're going to come home with a cold.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It's going to happen. In regards to shows, it'd really be the opposite. People would grab a mic from me, which is why I usually bring my own now, and it's probably just fucking disgusting, man. Ew. Because I'm just spitting the whole fucking time into them.
Pretty much.
I'm just spitting the entire time.
Yeah.
No, I typically don't get anything too nasty, but I can almost guarantee you there's people that grab it after me and go, this motherfucker right here.
And as I'm watching the competition videos, nobody took the mic and like wiped it on their shirt afterwards. They just grabbed it and just had like the finger barrier right up to their mouth.
Oh, yeah. See, in the USA, it don't happen a lot. In Europe, you'll see a lot of wiping. Or at the last World Champs, it was a year and a few months ago. It was 2015. And they had like Lysol wipes. So they'd wipe the mics down with the Lysol wipes.
That's wise. That's wise. Because, and it was my next question, do you ever worry about sharing mics and people with cold sores passing around herpes like trading cards?
I mean, it's possible. I guess I never really think about it, so I don't really worry too much.
Day?
But like I said, I usually have my own mic, so I got a nice one. Nice-ish.
Yeah, watching the video, I showed my friend at work who sometimes is on the show with me, Bergie, and he's like, oh, that dude's pretty good. He's like, so they're just handing the mic back and forth? I'm like, I guess. I don't know if there's like a rule set or etiquette involved. It's your turn.
Yeah.
So.
Or sometimes they each have their own mic, but then the next people that are battling also have to use those same two. So
do you have to use a corded mic or can you use a headset mic?
It's usually corded. A headset mic probably wouldn't pick it up because you're cupping it a bit so that you can concentrate the noise. Which in some terms you want to back up a bit if you're doing something airy and stuff like that.
Right. Those were all the questions I wrote.
We did it!
So in terms of where people can find you at, promote.
Noise Monster. Noize Monster. That's Instagram, Twitter, Vine, Snapchat. I was able to grab all those under Noise Monster.
That's fucking lucky.
Yeah, right? Dude, all fucking four. Twitter, Vine, Snapchat, Instagram.
See, I only use Twitter. And I was fairly confident I was going to be the only person to be at Blumpkin Show.
And you weren't?
No, I was.
Okay.
Thankfully.
Okay. I was going to say you fucking weren't?
That would have hurt my feelings.
But otherwise I go by Dr. Mer. Dr.MER. It's like drummer. Since I started out playing drums, I was trying to be clever.
Okay. Well, I learned something about the origin of his name.
Yeah, see, now I'm Dr. Mer.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, Unappreciated. We have a website, Unappreciated.life. You can check us out, book us, pay us, give us money, please.
Slum was plugging that pretty hard last time he was here before he changed to Reese Hartfelt.
Yep.
Is that going to be permanent now?
Yeah, but in my phone is Slum, and I still call him Slum. He's stuck with it now.
I was like, if he's going to keep switching monikers, fuck him. I'm putting just his real name in my phone. That's the only way I can do it. Although, Switch has been in my phone for I don't know how many years, like a decade, as Lunchbox.
No shit.
Because I started calling him Lunchbox way back in 01, 02.
No, fair enough.
That's how long I've known him, is we met at Anoka Ramsey Community College.
Oh, no shit.
In music history class.
Oh, so you've known him for a while. Okay, right on.
15 fucking years.
No shit.
Yeah.
Cool.
We have some starries.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever met his dad?
No.
Oh my god, dude, his dad's like Red Foreman, but with a ponytail and fucking camo pants.
No shit.
And he chain smokes and shit.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I've told this story before, but I'll tell it quickly again. As we were watching a UFC event at Lunchbox's parents' apartment, and I think Damian Maya was on there, and made something comment about being Mexican, and then his dad made some comment about Mexican. So Lunchbox sits there for a second. He's like, wait, am I really Mexican? Do we have Mexican blood? So here's his dad just turns and goes, what do you think, dumbass? Jesus. That's his old man in a nutshell right there.
No shit.
Anytime I've seen his dad, there's been camo pants, cigarettes, and a couch involved.
Well, hell yeah. Sounds like a cool dude.
I've never seen him like jogging around the block or nothing, obviously.
Doing push-ups.
Yeah.
Calisthenics.
Right. So now, it's time to play Guess Who Karaoke Roulette.
I gave you a theme song.
Awesome.
Guess Who Karaoke Roulette.
So, one famous person, 5 clues, and you get 3 guesses to figure out who it is. So 3 strikes. Should you figure it out, I am stuck singing a crappy pop song. If you do not, I will select for you a crappy pop song.
And hopefully I can sing it.
Yeah, well, even if it's bad, that's the point.
Fair
is
enough.
Humility, because people love those who don't take themselves too seriously.
That's fair.
Do you know what I am saying?
Clue number 1. 55 years old. Clue number 2 is an American activist, filmmaker, actor, producer, writer, and director. Kind of a jack of all trades. Clue number 3 played a handyman on The Facts of Life, a detective on Golden Girls, and a factory supervisor on Roseanne. Clue number 4, one of Ocean's 11 and 12 and 13.
I'm fucked.
Clue number 5 has dated Krista Allen. I don't know, I really know who she is. Lucy Liu, totally would you?
Mm-hmm.
E.G. Daily, voiceover artist, voice of Tommy Pickles on Rugrats.
No, okay, right on, yeah.
Stacy Keibler, and most recently, model Amal Alamuddin.
Oh, shit. Well, that helps.
He gets a lot of high shelf sniz.
No kidding. That's top shelf. And I have no fucking idea what it is.
Formulate. Let's go back over this. 55 years old.
Okay.
An American actor, director, writer, producer, and political activist. Clue number 3 was that he played a handyman on The Facts of Life, a detective on Golden Girls, and a factory supervisor on Roseanne. Shit. Clue number 4, he was one of Ocean's 11, and Ocean's 12, and Ocean's 13. And clue number 5 was a litany of hot chicks that he has pooned, including Lucy Liu, Stacy Keibler, and who he is married to now, Amal Alamuddin. I didn't want to fuck up her first name. Shit. I'll give you this extra hint. He is very handsome.
George Clooney.
Ding!
Is that right?
High five.
Is that right?
That's right.
Fuck out of
Wow.
here.
Wow.
There's the handsome. I would bang him. I would bang George Clooney, so. Well, yeah, no, I'd bang him. I wouldn't let him bang me, though.
That's a very important discernment to make
yeah.
between the two, because he could do stuff to me, but I don't want him putting things in my butt.
Nah.
Do you have any crappy pop songs in mind?
Mbop by
Oh fuck!
Hanson.
I don't know those words. I mean, I know the fucking.
All you have to know is Mbaba Dibby Daba, and then you just do that about 100,000 times.
Boy, I don't know. Let me think of something. I'm going to pause this for a second. So now we've been brainstorming for exactly 5 seconds, and I mentioned Ace of Base, and he's down.
Ace of Base is sick.
All right, so I'm going to kick a little Ace of Base for you. If you feel like you're catching the beat, feel free to join in and give me a backtrack.
I'll do it.
You're listening to Blumpkin&Friends.
So I figured out that the easiest way to do this now that I'm having a brain fart, which sucks because I love Ace of Base. When he suggested it, I'm like, oh, well, I need the lyrics. I'll just go get my Ace of Base CD. And then they didn't have the fucking lyrics. Bastards.
That's what the sleeve is for in a CD.
Euro bastards. And it's an original run Ace of Base, the Sign album from 92.
It's sick.
So I just got the boombox behind me, and then we're going to do it like that.
Oh, for God's sake.
So if I sound like I have many layers of beautiful golden European voice, it's the ladies in the band. It's not all me. I love it. She leads a lonely life. Oh, I gotta hit my... Hold on, I'm not gonna sing like that. She leads a lonely life. And some keyboards and some synths. Then there's whistling and some sounds. And then a little more. Filling space where there are no words. When she woke up late in the morning light. And the day had just begun. Up her eyes into... I'm just thinking, oh, what a morning. It was... I fucking can't remember this. On the beach and having fun. This isn't going to go. She's going to get you. All that she wants is another baby. She's going tomorrow. All that she wants is another baby. Hey. All that she wants is another baby. She's going tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another baby. What a skank.
Hey. Pip, 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 pip.
Kick something beatboxy with this. Piggyback on this. The day is right. She's the hunter, you're the prey. The voice that calls to you will go forever. Fight for passion. I really wish I knew the lyrics more. What is flashing in her eyes? Here we go. Crescendo. Here. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another... Hey. All that she wants is another baby. She's gone tomorrow, boy. All that she wants is another baby. Hey. Run with it. Run with it, Murr. I'm not going to play the whole fucking song.
Shit.
That went on a lot longer than it should have.
I don't know, bro. I'm semi-erect from it. It was like a serenade.
So you didn't go full 6 to midnight. You're at maybe like an 8 o'clock or
we're like at 30% blood flow there at
Okay.
least. So it's you got me moving.
Are
you picturing it?
So as we were talking off mic, while I was preparing to get my boombox for my very ill-fated attempt at singing Ace of Base, which sucks because I love them so much. We talked about you working at the U of M.
Yes.
So when you're doing your job, I imagine you're doing beatboxing like the whole day just to pass the time, and you just practicing and...
Yeah, I'm in a newer area that I moved to, so I'm still getting comfortable, but once I'm comfortable, it just doesn't stop. It doesn't ever stop. I'm just always doing it.
So any of the professors or the students or anybody ever be like, hey, shut the fuck up, I'm working here?
Yeah, actually at the old place I used to work, it's called Moose Tower, because right now I work in housing, so I just deal with, it's just students in their dorms, so I clean for them.
Oh, that sounds awful.
You know, it's not too bad. I dig it, man. It's a comfortable environment, really cool crew. I'm good at my job, so... But I used to work in Moose Tower in the dental clinics.
Yeah.
And I would just always be fucking beatboxing. And like I wasn't being super obnoxious. I'm always considerate. If I'm walking by somebody's office, if I'm in a surgical area, I'm not spitting everywhere, so I'm not beatboxing in the surgery rooms. But, you know, I'm pulling out my trash cart and I'm just doing some like... And there's some lady, she's got her office door wide the fuck open. It's right off a hallway. She's standing in the door of her office on the phone. And she goes, can you stop that? But I'm on the fucking phone, okay? It's kind of fucking red.
Oh,
and I'm like,
bitch.
Okay, so it's so important you're standing in the hallway in your fucking door? Yeah, fucking bitch. But
and then she goes back to the phone and she's like, I swear to God, I think I'm pregnant.
Yeah. Well, she yelled at some other kids once for making noise too, just because they were talking and having a conversation. She wasn't a nice lady at all.
Was she an old crotchety bat or what?
Yeah, she was an old bat for sure, dude.
Well, that would be why.
Yeah.
Cobwebs.
Miserable. Yeah, ready to get the fuck out and retire.
Oh. So now, when the son of a bee... Who's there? I see you.
Daddy,
What?
you forgot to get me a dress.
What do you mean I forgot to get you dressed?
'Cause you get me dressed.
No, the pajamas that you're wearing aren't really pajamas. It's an outfit that's pajama-like. It's dual purpose.
I'm gonna wear my clothes.
You're also going to get splinters in your fingers and feet if you keep climbing that goddamn cat gate.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You dumbass.
Splinters are not good. Unless you're the Ninja Turtles on Splinters. Dope.
Right.
And I almost swore there in front of your child. I apologize.
That's fine. I swear at my children. They know
They
not to
need
use
it.
the words.
I suppose they need it.
That's what I'm doing, is treating them like adults intellectually.
That's fair.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you, Chi-Chi.
Well, what are you doing?
If you push that door, it will break the light bulb. I'll tell you what we're doing. We're making internet radio magic, and now you're stealing our thunder. Yeah. Isn't that funny?
She's making fart noises if you guys can't, if that's not picking that up. It's pretty adorable, I have to say.
Do you want to hear Dr. Murr do some beatboxing?
I'm pretty dope.
He makes music with his mouth. She just keeps fucking making raspberry.
She's got me beat, dude.
She's apparently just doing straight
Just farts.
low bass. That sounds like you're almost doing German techno now.
Yeah, that's what I was working with anyway.
Nice.
She's supplementing.
What?
Can I come in?
No, you may not. We're wrapping it up. Go upstairs and I'll give you food. Bye.
Food is for good children.
Bye. Will you please go away so I may finish? The man has to go home and eat dinner. All the way upstairs, or I'm going to call Grandma and tell her how naughty you are. God damn it.
And then Santa Claus.
Yeah, I don't talk to them about Santa
That's probably good.
because I don't believe in it, and I think it's wrong to lie to children.
Me too. I'm
So-
glad we're on the same page there. I'm the same way.
Yeah. Their mom pulls that shit, and their other grandmas do that, but I refuse. Like, the presents here, like this year especially, I was really lazy, and I didn't wrap gifts until Christmas morning when they were here. I'm like, so I sat them both in their little booster seats around the corner. I'm like, do not come around the corner. I will return it to the store. As I hastily taped newspaper over items. It was so half-assed. That's all the care I put into fucking Christmas. I have a tree that's like a pole, and then it hooks on there, and then it's all tied together with fish line. It just hangs down. It's like a garland tree.
Well, sick.
I put it up on Christmas Eve. I take it down on Christmas Day.
Oh, that's the way to go.
I don't have time for that shit.
I'm not a big holiday guy either. I just want to stay home and not be other places, you know.
Well, I worked retail for 10 years,
Oh, God.
so I lived through too many Christmases.
I think that's at this point, too.
Yeah.
He just is not digging it.
Interact with the show on Twitter at Blumpkin Show. That is at Blumpkin Show. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/group/Blumpkin&Friends. I'm the Reverend Johnny Blumpkin,
And I am Dr. Murr, the noise monster.
and he will play us out. Good night.
Bop.